Buyer type number 5, owner-occupier. Now, as you can tell, I'm doing these types of buyers so you can figure out for yourself it's about what kind of questions you need to ask yourself and also need to ask the real estate agent. So the biggest one with owner-occupier is to figure out, first of all, what your budget is and what the restrictions are on that budget. So, and most owner-occupiers are going to be having some finance component to what they're purchasing. For example, if you looked in saw buyer number 1, I was talking a lot about bank criteria. So with an owner-occupier, generally your bank criteria is going to limit you. So that's why I advise going to a broker, because they'll find the bank that best suits what you're looking for. But anyway, so if you look at an apartment that is, for example, a 2-bedroom, and you're with a Westpac, and it's under 55 square metres, and you need 70% finance, you're not going to be able to purchase the apartment, because Westpac's criteria means that any 2-bedroom below 55 square metres at this current time I'm doing this podcast means that they'll only lend 50%. So you'll be searching online at realestate.co and TradeMe at apartments you can't actually purchase, which is wasting your time. So what you need to do is figure out, okay, what your budget is. So then you've got a price range to search in online, and then secondly, find out what the restrictions are on the actual complex. Find out what buildings they won't lend on, because there's quite a few buildings, if you're with a specific bank, they won't lend on because they're overcapitalised, or what's the better word, they have lent to too many in the building, so they have a risk. For example, generally a bank won't lend more than 20-25% of apartments within a building, so that's another one. And then also drive around town, figure out where you'd like to live. Look at the buildings you like, look at the buildings you don't like, and then have a list so you've got a criteria for what you're looking at. The amount of times that I'll have a buyer, and great people, nothing wrong with that, but inquire on properties that don't suit them or they can't actually purchase is frustrating, not only for a real estate agent, but especially for them, because they'll find a property that they really like, but then can't purchase it, which is even more frustrating. So an owner-occupier purchase is often a one-off, or it's often people who are not as experienced with purchasing property. And if that is the case, don't feel free to go and ask a real estate agent to spend some time with them first to help you figure out that criteria. So have a meeting with them first. Take half an hour, 45 minutes of their time. Most real estate agents should do this, and have a chat with them about what suits them. I mean, obviously, bring anybody from an apartment specialist, of course, that's what we do. But to help figure out what you need to do. You also see some guides on our website, so the buyer's guides on what you can do to help you figure out what your criteria is, because it's really, really important. Otherwise, it's pretty tricky. I mean, I also have a lot of owner-occupiers who come in on leasehold properties, but don't understand that they can't purchase leasehold because they don't have the 50% deposit or equity. And that also is really disappointing. I mean, it's also my mistake if I have a viewing and I haven't asked the buyer if they've got finance for 50%, because they'll come and I'll go, I love it, I want it, and then we'll find out they can't purchase it. I hope these 5, and what I'm going to concentrate on next is a couple of podcasts on the questions you need to ask once you've found the apartment or apartments you like, to know that you're making a safe purchase. By questions you need to ask the real estate agents to find out if it's leaky, if there's any issues, that kind of thing. And I hope that helps. Cheers.